Hey everybody, welcome to this Yoga for Trail Runners class. I quickly just want to make a distinction between yoga for runners and yoga for trail runners. If you're not a trail runner, you will still benefit from this class. But I did design this class specifically for those of you who do, like me, run on trails, so that you get a little bit more ankle flexion, a little bit more ankle stability and strength work, as well as a little bit more core work. All right, with that, let's get going. So come to a comfortable seated position. If cross-legged works for you, cross-legged. If you're feeling tight in the hips, maybe place a pillow, or if you have a block or a bolster, you can place that underneath your seat. And once you find that comfortable seat, take a moment, close your eyes. And just connect to the ground below you. So feel all the parts of your body that are touching the mat below you or the earth below you. And notice the baby toe of one foot, maybe perhaps the big toe of the other foot. Your seat. Whatever else is touching the ground. Always bringing awareness to that connection. So as we shift, and start, first and foremost, each pose, each movement, noticing what's touching the ground. And from there, connect to your breath. So for this practice, deep breaths in through the nose and just right back out through your nose. As you inhale, so you can sit up a little bit taller, lift your chest, reach right up to the top of your head. And as you exhale, just soften, relax your jaw, shoulder blades away from the ears. Soften your belly. And one more breath here. Empty it out completely. And if your eyes are still closed, you can go ahead and open them up. And bring your hands about 6 inches behind you. Turn your fingertips to face straight forward. Once you've got that position, plant your feet down about hips width distance apart. Feel everything touching the earth. So if your hands, fingers are together, spread the fingers wide, spread them evenly. Press into every single finger evenly. Press into your heels, big toes, and little toes. And then when you inhale, lift your hips up, drop your head back, breathe. And one more breath in, press into the heels, lift the hips. And when you exhale, just lower all the way, all the way, all the way down. So I'm gonna come up onto your fingertips for this next part. And then from your fingertips, gently shift forward and see if you can rise up onto the balls of your feet. So go ahead and lift your heels up off the ground. And then just start to let the knees fall down, down, down towards the ground as much as you can without forcing it. Okay, breathing. So you're stretching the quadriceps right at the tops of the legs and also into the balls of the feet. And your ankles, one more breath. And then slowly exhale, lower the hips back down. So a few rounds of that. When you inhale, lift your heels up, let the knees come forward, forward, forward. And when you exhale, gently come back down. Okay, 2 more rounds. Nice deep breath in. And a huge exhale out. One more time. You might notice that your knees come a little bit closer to the ground, maybe not. Doesn't matter, just let them land wherever they land without forcing it. Okay, one more round again. Lift your heels up, let the knees come forward and down. Stay here this time, breathe. Wherever you land, no need to force it. Your fingertips face forward, relax the shoulders, relax your jaw. Stretching out the bottoms of the feet a little bit into the ankles. Yeah, one more breath. And slowly shift back. Release all the way to your bum. And right down to your forearms, yeah. So spread the fingers wide, press evenly into both hands. Yeah. And then extend your right leg straight out. Hug the left knee into your chest. All right, take a deep breath in. When you exhale, press into both hands evenly, lift up, hug knees to chest. Inhale, lower back down, both arms at the same time if you can. Exhale, lift up. And so you're just alternating legs. And exhale, lift. And notice if you kind of lean over to one side more than the other. See if you can press evenly into both forearms and then evenly into both hands to lift the chest. So we're kind of mimicking a little bit with the legs, a running motion, but really getting into the abdominal strength here. One more each side. Last one. And after you finish that last one, release all the way down, hug your knees to your chest. And a rock and roll, so hands behind the thighs. Take about 3, 4, 5 rocks, whatever you need to build up some momentum, and find your way to down dog. So on that 3rd, 4th, or 5th one, cross the shins, plant your hands, you step straight back to an inverted V shape on your mat. Connect to what's on the ground, connect to your breath. So spread evenly through your fingers, press the hands down into the mat and forward, and then draw your hips back, back, back away from the hands. Thighs, knees, shins back. Release your heels towards the ground. Relax your head. And you breathe. One more breath in. And when you exhale, release your knees down, tabletop. So shoulders right on top of the wrists. Inhale the right leg back behind you. And when you exhale, bring the right knee in towards your right shoulder. And really squeeze it in high towards the shoulder. Yeah, so you get into the hip flexor a bit here. Keep the knee pointing out to the side, but start to bring the leg backwards. Keep the right knee bent. Yeah, so right knee points out to the right. You can stay like that. If you want to play with your balance a little bit, lift the right hand, grab the right toes, and kick your right foot into your right hand. A little extra quad stretch. Draw your chest forward. Breathe. If you're in that stretch, release the right fingertips down towards the ground. Straighten out the right leg. Deep breath in. And when you exhale, right leg towards the right shoulder. Press through the right heel. Breathing. And release the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Draw your hips down and forward. Lift your chest up. Right, breathe. You turn the right toes out to the right a little bit. And draw your chest up. Drop the hips down. And turn the right toes to point straight to the front. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw the hips back, half split. Pull your toes back towards your kneecap. Breathing. So keep your fingertips up where they are. So if your right knee is still bent, that's okay. Pull the toes back towards the kneecap, draw the hips back. Then you can walk both hands to the outside of the right leg, and if that's possible. And just take the right toes and kind of turn them to the right. Right, take the right toes, drop them to the right. Breathing. So you should get that stretch in the back of the right leg and then kind of on the side, outer side of the right leg. And walk your hands back forward. Turn the toes up to the sky, shift back to the right foot. Inhale, lift your chest. And you exhale, just press into the hands. Come back, tabletop. Next inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee towards the left shoulder, right knee out to the side. Get it up as high as you can. Keep pressing evenly into the hands as you hook the left leg around. And keep the left knee bent. And then again, you can stay like that or play with your balance, core balance a little bit. Maybe reach the left hand to the left foot and kick your left foot right into your hand. Yeah. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more breath in. And you exhale, release your left fingertips to the mat. Straighten out the left leg and reach that leg out to the side. Press through the left heel, right? Activate the leg, deep inhale. Exhale, foot to the outside of your left hand. Turn the left toes slightly up to the left. Drop your hips down and forward, breathing. And that's the same as the other side. Right, let your hips just anchor down. You don't want to force them to the mat, but you're also not holding them up. Just deep breaths. And then turn the left toes to point straight back to the front. Fingertips stay where they are. Start to lengthen out your left leg. Draw your hips backwards. Pull your left toes towards your left kneecap. Breathe. And you can stay here, or if you did it on the other side, you can go ahead and walk your hands to the outside of the left leg. And draw your chest forward. And go ahead again. Left toes to the left. Breathe. And then walk your hands back to the inside of your left foot. Turn the left toes up to the sky. Bend your left knee. Drop your hips down and forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands down firmly. Pull your foot back. Tabletop position. So this time, tuck your toes under, and then once you've done that, you're gonna lift your chest up. Okay, so you come to kneel, but really important, tuck all of your toes under, especially the little baby toe. Mine is really short, so it kind of gets out of it. Tuck the baby toes under, and then try to send your heels straight up to the ceiling, right? Heels straight up, yeah. Nice. If this becomes too intense, you can always lean forward, maybe put your hands down. So next time you inhale, arms out to the sides, and then when you exhale, wrap the right arm under the left eagle arms. You're either going to aim for back of the hands together or palms of the hands together. And then just start to lift your elbows up. Draw your wrists forward, release your shoulder blades down. Toes are still tucked, yeah? All right, from this position, gently send your elbows to the right. But keep your gaze and your chest straight forward, breathing. So you can lift the elbows up a little more, pull the wrists away from you. Come back to center. Unwind the arms, release. Next inhale, open up across the chest, and when you exhale, other arm underneath. Right? Again, either backs of the hands together or palms of the hands together. Lift your elbows up. Pull your wrists forward. Set everything, elbows to the left, the arms to the left, but chest forward, head forward, breathing. Maybe you lift the elbows up a little more, maybe you pull the wrists forward. Yes, I can feel my feet, in case you're wondering. Back to center. Deep breath in. And when you exhale, just let it all release. Plant the hands, untuck the toes. You can hit the feet into the ground a couple times. And then release your heels towards, or hips to the heels rather, hands to the thighs. And bring hands to heart center. Just take a moment, breathe in. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Thank yourself for showing up and doing this little extra work to help you stay prepared so you can continue to get out there on the trails. Namaste.